Welcome to the Deucecast Extra. We are live on a Tuesday night to talk about the season finale of Percy Jackson. First, I do want to plug my podcast right away because we're going to have a fantastic episode released tomorrow all about the Oscars, the history of the Oscars, and then some current conversation about the current nominations as well. Just best picture. Myself, Dave, and Dr. Earl really dive in, and it's an interesting conversation. So I did want to plug that because I'm old and I will forget it if I don't say so now. Garrison, how's it going?
It's going well. I just got done reading. I'm excited to talk about this book adaptation, the final episode.
That's right.
Percy
It is a
Jackson.
book adaptation. Jacob, how's it going?
Good. I think this is probably the best episode of the series. Very enjoyable
IMDb
time
agrees with you. It's got
on
an
the couch.
8.0 on
Mhm.
IMDb, so they agree with you as
Mhm.
well. I did want to introduce for the first time this season, Mr. Andrew. Are you of the Geek News Network? Is that like an every week thing that you do, or is that just sometimes?
It's every week. It's been every week,
Okay,
yeah.
there you go.
Mondays and Thursdays.
Oh, Monday, 2 times a week?
Yeah.
Holy cow, dude.
Yeah. Monday is Marvel, Thursday is Star Wars.
Okay, so
Wow.
you guys get
Yeah.
specific. You talk about just Marvel news.
Yeah,
News
so like
Network, and then Star Wars
we've been
news.
doing Echo week by week.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And then when there's not Marvel content, we're doing the Defender saga. So we'll go back to Daredevil.
Oh, okay.
And then
Oh,
for Star Wars,
Andrew,
sorry,
Andrew,
Jacob.
you're allowed to watch the Defender saga.
Yes,
Pretty violent.
underneath my covers at night.
Jacob left. Jacob left. He was insulted about the Defender saga.
Are we still talking about the Defenders?
That's a good segue, Andrew, and I bet you didn't even know it was a good segue because one of the executive producers of Percy Jackson and the director of the season finale, Jet Wilkinson, she directed episodes of all those Defender shows. She's been working with, well, I guess at the time it was Netflix Marvel, but now she's in the Disney fold. So yeah, I mean that's a good segue that you didn't even know existed. So well done, sir. Well, welcome to the season finale. I was told we needed an expert for Percy Jackson on here, and so we invited you on, Andrew, because Garrison has failed me in all ways. No,
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
It's like, oh no, that's a lot of pressure.
That is a lot of pressure, isn't it? Well, didn't you just you had mentioned in the chat a couple weeks ago that you're reading the book or had read the first book?
I bought the book set, so I'm starting the first book, basically.
Oh, you have not read them yet. Okay.
No,
Get him
I
off the
have
show.
not
He's not
read
an
them.
expert. Fraud.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was nice seeing you tonight, Andrew. No,
I'm the expert.
yeah.
I have read,
Garrison's still the expert. Garson's still the
I've
expert.
read the first graphic novel though.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Teeny knowledge.
A little bit of background knowledge there. Well,
Yeah.
cool. Like Jacob alluded to, I too agree that this was a very solid episode. I wish it was longer. Like I wish there was more to it. They were only like, I guess it was, if you take out the credits and such, it was like 40 minutes long or something like that, which is fine. I mean, they knocked out a bunch in there. Garrison, you know what I always ask every week? Is this close to the book?
That's interesting. So, well, the first thing is in the book they don't. Well, sorry, spoilers, Andrew. In the book, the deadline doesn't pass. I think that's kind of minor spoilers anyway. The deadline doesn't pass. They make it before the war starts, and so when he gets to Olympus, they're kind of like, congrats on. His dad is like, congrats on, stopping this before it gets too far gone. And in this, we get a whole kind of confrontation where Poseidon has to surrender. That's not really in the book. But them speaking Greek and Percy picking up on some things, that is in the book at the end between Zeus and Poseidon, if I remember correctly. Kronos being a threat, that's kind of brought into the forefront of the story at the end. That is accurate to the book. Luke is 100% the lightning thief. If you wanted to know, he was always the friend who betrays Percy. In the movie, they have a huge fight scene between Luke and Percy, which is just kind of lame. In fact, I liked this fight scene way better than the movie one. In
Yeah.
the book, he puts I think like a scorpion or something on Percy.
Yeah.
And Percy can't move, or he's going to get like stabbed by this scorpion. So basically, in the book, he leaves Percy there to die in the middle of the forest by himself.
Yeah.
Not really inflicting the final death wound himself, letting the scorpion do it. And of course, Percy moves and gets stung, and then someone eventually finds him as he's trying to get back to the camp. He kind of crawls back a bit, and Annabeth and crew find him from there. But I actually kind of liked this confrontation that happens in the forest a little bit better than that scene in the
It
book.
was cool. Yeah.
I enjoy 90% more of the changes they've made in the show. I enjoy mostly the book versus the show, but there are certain things like that which I liked, and the Sally Jackson scenes which are added to the show I really liked. Those are wholly original. The training scene between him, Luke, and Percy, I mentioned in I think our first episode, that's a scene at the beginning of the book. It's not as dark in tone as that scene kind of gets towards the end. It's just kind of like they're trying to figure out what Percy's good at, and they figure out kind of down the line that he's good at sword fighting. And so before he leaves, he trains a bit with Luke in sword fighting and gets kind of good at it. And I felt like we kind of missed some of that development. So when he gets out into the field, that you're like, okay, he's a decent, proficient sword fighter. You didn't really know that necessarily.
Because I'm like, oh, he's taking on the God of War in sword fighting. He's absolutely screwed.
Yeah. And look, he has to he has to use a trick to do it, and he does take on Ares in the book. That's one thing I do not remember how that resolves versus the show in the book.
What did that do?
That is in the graphic novel. So
what did they do in the graphic novel with that? Was it a pretty epic fight scene in the graphic novel, Andrew?
I don't remember fully. I know with the graphic novel, a lot of stuff is shorter.
Yeah.
Than it is. It's only like a couple pages, and so it's kind of just about. It looks to be about what it's like in the show.
Gotcha.
From what I remember, yeah.
So, Garrison, when you say he used a trick, you're talking about how he used the wave to crash into Ares.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't actually the sword. He didn't use his strength in sword fighting because he knew he wouldn't be able to take down Ares just doing that.
That's just like how a Jedi works. The Jedi throws stuff at people, and I mean, I don't call it a trick per se. He's just using his skills.
I would call it a trick. I mean, he's trying to trick a god into getting into this fight, thinking he's not going to be able to draw blood on me because he's just, I've got this giant sword. He's got this tiny sword. I'm a giant god. He's a normal puny human.
I'm the Edge.
Demigod.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the Edge, Adam Copeland. I cannot be stopped. I thought that, look, for as much as Adam Copeland gets grief a little bit, I mean, for his acting abilities, I thought he was fine.
Whoever's saying everyone, fight them.
From everyone.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just read Jacob's comment, and I got the context for that on my TikTok feed from Mac or whatever his name is.
Right. Yeah.
That Barstool guy.
Whenever whenever Rhett is in the chat, I generally try not to pay attention to anything he's saying in there.
I don't know how he knew about my mom reading me the Percy Jackson books. He must
I don't know. That's a little creepy. That's a little creepy that he.
My mom read
that also made me laugh.
I was in the 6th grade, and we didn't really do that as much, but she wanted to read it, so she read me the first half of Lightning Thief. And then I read it on my own. The rest of it.
I can't get it without being read a story.
You guys are really privileged to have had parents that read to you. My parents never read to me. They just threw books at my face and told me to figure it out.
My mom read the early Harry Potter stuff, and then she's like, all right, you're big enough, you can read this. And then in that last book, when people started dying, I was like, I can't get through this. She's like, all right, I'll read it. And then Hedwig dies, and I'm like,
too emotional.
Oh Hedwig dies at the beginning.
I know, that's as far as I could get.
Man. So let's talk about that Ares fight scene, because that's kind of like where the episode begins. I mean,
yes.
Ares, of course, very overconfident, basically saying there's no way that you're going to accomplish your goals at this point. I liked the gold blood when he cut his Achilles. That was pretty awesome.
In the books. Yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting.
Do all the gods bleed gold.
Pretty sure.
Must be a thing. Yeah. Don't look at him in his true form. That was a moment. That was pretty interesting. That's the first time, at least in this series, that they've kind of alluded to that the gods are not in their true form when they're appearing to the demigods as, humans, I guess. That was really the first time they referenced that I can recall.
Yeah, I don't know that I remember that from the book. But I will say, usually when they would talk about kind of the gods in their elements, maybe a good way to say that, they usually present themselves much taller on places like Mount Olympus, which you didn't see in this show,
right?
Whatever. But yeah, they're a
I've
little
got
bit
a
more
scoop.
physically imposing.
Wait, hang on. Don't look. This is important.
This
Go
is
ahead.
a leaked image of what Hades is going to look like next season in his true form.
I was just talking about that movie this morning.
Thank you.
That's funny.
I'm about to make a confession. I've never seen that movie.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
I've got Zeus
seen
as well.
Bits and pieces. Oh, Andrew left. Andrew. Oh, I thought Andrew was mad that I hadn't seen it. So I've
almost
seen
as mad as Jacob with the Defenders.
I've seen bits and pieces of that film, but I have not seen it all the way through.
It's fantastic.
I've heard it's good. Oh, we're allowed to like it though, with James Woods as the character.
Yes,
Are we allowed to like it? Okay,
he's Hades. Rip Torn is Zeus.
Rest in peace.
Tate Donovan is Hercules, grown up Hercules. It's
Career,
fantastic.
rest in peace.
A fantastic story overall. If you like the Superman story, you will like this.
I do like the Superman.
If you like the Superman theme, you can. I think they pulled from the Superman theme for
John Williams.
Play
really?
The John Williams Superman
it
theme
sounds
and
similar.
The instrumental to "I Can Go the Distance." Very similar.
Isn't that a Cake song, or is that "Going the Distance"? I don't know.
That's going the distance.
Yeah.
No, "I Can Go the Distance" is a Michael Bolton song.
Oh, original for the movie.
Office Space.
Love me some Michael Bolton and
Mike Bolton
and
from Office.
Lonely Island crossovers.
Yeah, no, Michael, you should definitely watch
Hercules. I need to. I just it's probably on Disney Plus.
Definitely.
Although are all of I mean that's the weirdest thing about Disney Plus. I don't think all their films are on there. I don't think
their
like
animated ones are.
I don't think some of the
they're
really
true
random
animated ones.
I don't think Black Cauldron's on there, is it? Otherwise, I'd be watching that all the time.
I think it was at one point.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's definitely on there.
Okay. Cool. I need to watch it. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Probably not, but I need to.
Yeah, Hercules is fantastic. It's that and Robin Hood 1 and 2. Twitch all the time.
I love Robin Hood.
My favorite Disney.
Robin Hood is really their best film. I love that movie so much.
Little Roger Miller action.
Yes. So Andrew, bring us back to this episode here. Percy gets the helm from Ares and immediately goes to the house that looks like it's definitely in the volume, filmed in the volume. Most of this show feels like it's filmed in the volume.
When that popped up, I was like, "Oh, they used the volume. It looks pretty good."
It looks very volume, just like Poor Things used the volume.
I thought it looked good though. Like I thought they did a good job of shooting in the volume, and I thought they did a good job of their CGI for like this final episode.
Yeah.
Like I think it looked very good for like a not mainline big property.
It was also the first Canadian volume set built.
Oh, the Vancouver one.
The Vancouver one was that one was first one.
We know how you feel about Poor Things, Rhett. So the only stuff that I think the volume struggles with is the background stuff. Like Olympus looks trash to me. I mean,
I disagree.
It did not look good on my TV, at least. I don't know. It just looked.
I was watching it in 4K on a 55-inch TV. I thought it looked good. That was me.
Yeah, oh, look at that. Rhett and I made the same joke.
How would you say that then in Canadian?
The volume.
volume. Couch volume.
I watched that documentary that was released.
Oh, I forgot to watch that. I meant to do that today. I totally forgot.
They revealed that they got the production designer guy worked on the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, and he helped design a lot of he helped design Olympus.
Okay.
And stuff like that. A lot of the big locations they go to. And so yeah.
Well, Olympus was just the only one where you could tell it was the volume. I mean, and I guess Hades probably was too, but I mean, it's just I don't know. The volume needs to go away. I'm tired of the volume.
Mikey's been a volume hater since Book of Boba Fett. Let's just
well, they never
you can see it, Garrison. You can see it.
I see the volume in this shot.
I'd be watching it on my iPad, like Mikey. I don't know what you're talking about.
I watched it on my 70-inch TV, and I didn't notice it.
I didn't even know it was used in the Batman until I watched the behind the scenes.
Maybe it's because I'm watching it on a CRT,
Andrew,
like a 32-inch CRT Sony. Maybe that's why that's probably what.
Andrew, let me address your comment real quick. You said you didn't know it was in The Batman until you saw the behind the scenes. Well, The Batman is cinematographized by, which is not a word, by Greg Fraser, who is the DP on the first 2 seasons of Mando, season 1 and 2, who helped engineer and put together this whole volume thing. So he's the master of the volume.
That's true. Yeah.
Dune 2. Yeah. Yes, exactly. I'm watching it on an old 19-inch Philco CRT TV, so that's probably
cathode ray tube. Yeah,
that's probably why it doesn't look as great.
It's long. It's bigger, longer than it is wide.
Yeah.
That's what she said. But I don't know where you're going with that.
It took me a while to say that because I was trying to figure a way to not set up a "that's what she said" joke, but that's all right.
Well,
that's hard to not see that.
It's in the air today. It's a popular story, beating out Toby Keith's death.
Oh,
yeah.
Very sad by that, by the way. That was a bummer.
Yeah.
He was my growing up. That is the guy I listened to.
The guy you liked.
Mm-hmm.
I was not familiar with much of his music, his singles. Yeah, I didn't really listen to Toby Keith. I was
should have been a cowboy.
I like this older than you, man. I was more of a dark
guy. I once was.
Dang.
And he did the whole gambit.
I didn't like country music, and I know those songs.
He could do the revenge,
I know his
patriotism song.
Yeah,
he could do the love song, the "Hey, I'm way better than I was when I was with you, suck it" song. He has one of the saddest songs of all time, and "Crying for Me," which he wrote about. He was a basketball player, and
oh damn it!
Red Solo Cup's the only one I know. That's the only song I know of his.
Wayman Tisdale. He wrote the song about Wayman Tisdale's death. Played basketball, NBA guy, and he was also a smooth jazz bass guitarist.
Oh,
very sad song. If you want to cry, listen to "Crying for Me."
Okay. This episode, speaking of crying, this Percy Jackson episode, the stuff with his mom, I got a little emotional. I mean, there was some good acting in this episode from this actress who I had never seen in my life, who played his mom. I just have never seen her in anything. No offense to her or anything, but Virginia Cole.
Yeah, she's good.
She is really good.
I don't remember her in Big Little Lies, but I watched that show.
So she looks way better in this IMDb photo than she did in the show.
Wow,
that was actually one of my
insulting.
Well, that was one of my favorite parts of this series. Was
made look like a mom, I guess.
Was her relation with her scenes with Percy, and especially young Percy, like last week, episode 7. All that stuff was really good.
I feel like they must have made her role a little more beefy than it was in the book. It seems like
they did. I said that all the flashback stuff is her role in the book is to basically be petrified by Hades right before she's about to die, be held as kind of ransom for the helm, and then brought back at the end. Although she's in an abusive relationship with Gabe, and in the book, here's the difference. In the book, she's in an abusive relationship. They get kind of back to the. They get back to the apartment, and Gabe is still there. He's still abusive towards her. And
Right.
Percy gets the package, and basically like comes together with his mom, and they're like, "All right, we're gonna use this on him," which is like way darker than what happens to him in the post-credit
I liked the
scene.
comeuppance.
I mean, I think they were trying to go with something a little lighter in this show for the post-credit scene, but in the book,
I don't know, man. Dude's stoned now.
Yeah, well, in the book,
he's like
he and his
Percy from the gods, you know.
In the book, he and his mom are like, "Yeah, we're going to use this on him." Like they actively use it on him and turn him to stone. I mean, that's
this way. There's like a level between, and it's like the gods are returning it, so it's not like Percy and his mom are using it
to commit basically.
I did have a
murder?
question about that.
Murder, yeah.
So he was holding the box that had Medusa's head in it. So therefore, is Medusa's head now stone as well?
No, Medusa's head is not stone.
Yeah, but the box turned into stone too. Is her head now
I guess she's
rendered
just
useless?
trapped in it.
See, here's something interesting. In the books,
I don't know.
No. But that's not what happened in the book. So I don't know. That's an interesting question.
Maybe it's just not used, like it can't be used, like her head's trapped in the box. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and she respawns basically anyway, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Rhett's mentioning a post-credit scene in the book.
They mentioned all the monsters, the Minotaur, they come back. You can't kill them. You know, it's why, you know, Perseus had already, I think, done that to her. Chopped her head off. But they come back eventually. But no, there's not a post-credit scene in the book. There's no credit.
Well, the best post-credit scene, there was a book I read called Queen's Shadow. Queen's Shadow had this epilogue that made me cry when I read it. It was really, really good. It's a Padme book. It was so good. I'm glad Rhett reminded me of that because that's a really great book. Anyways,
and let me tell you, let's talk about great Star Wars books. I read the Truce of Bakura when I was younger.
Oh, dude, I'm with you on the Truce of Bakura. Now, Courtship of Princess Leia. No, I'm not into that.
I'm talking about two good Star Wars books. I didn't read the third one because I just couldn't bring myself because they were so good. But the Aftermath trilogy by Chuck Wendig.
Chuck Wendig, what a guy! What a guy! So
just kidding. For the record, those books sucked and made me quit reading Star Wars books.
High Republic just about made me quit, but
I couldn't even get to the High Republic.
I read the first several High Republic books, and I had to put them to go. I'm not going to say that it's like they're bad books, but they're too dense. Like
no, you can say they're bad.
They're too many characters. Just too like
they have a character that's a rock, Michael. It's bad.
I don't know. I mean, the Rock's.
I wouldn't even touch the High Republic.
I tried, man, but hey, the books I'm reading Star Wars books again, and the two that I have read recently are pretty good. And I'm looking forward to the John Jackson Miller book that's coming out. It should. Be
in the middle of the Thrawn trilogy right now. It's
which one? Oh, the original?
Original Heir to the Empire.
Oh, nice.
Almost done with Dark Force Rising.
Is this the first time you've read those?
Yeah, first Star Wars books I've ever read.
Those are the best. Yeah. Those are the best.
I got
we're going on a journey with Garrison.
Brandon Sanderson.
There you go, Mikey. There's your favorite.
I can't. Your phone's jacked up, dude. I can't see. Well, you've got it like
the Courtship of Princess Leia.
Oh, is that the Courtship of Princess Leia? Yeah.
I've got the first and third book on library bound covers, which is pretty nice.
Library bound covers?
Yeah, it's like this hardcover.
What does that look like? What is that?
With the plastic? I have one. Oh,
gosh, Garrison, calm down.
It's like it's basically like a hardcover.
Oh, yeah.
That's
not the library books I remember. The library books I remember had those crappy plastic like covers.
The library my mom works at, they have.
I bet the audience didn't know we'd be getting some booty shots from Garrison tonight.
You see Dark Force Rising?
Our views are going to go way up.
I don't have a single book around me.
I know.
God,
we know you don't read. We know you don't.
Right in front of me, right above me, on my desk is a bookshelf.
I could go get my Star Wars.
There we go.
Box out.
Brett, that's a horrible thing to say.
Hello.
Oh, is that a library one?
Deathly Hallows.
cool.
It is the library-bound version of the one of the later American paperbacks they did. I like it because it's hardback. You know, it's
Oh
it's
yeah,
hard.
yeah, okay.
Nice.
They're like textbooks in that case.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the paperback. It is the paperback pages, but they're it's like a
Like
textbook.
the textbook.
Yeah,
Okay.
You know
what did you steal that from a library?
I bought it online on like abebooks.com or whatever.
Oh,
you can buy them for like $30 or whatever it is.
That's fair. That's fair.
As you know, I have probably the largest Deathly Hallows collection in the world.
We do know that. Yes.
I have a case that a book came in.
A case?
Mm-hmm.
He owes the library. Yes, exactly. $812.45. The Great Adventure. Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. See, you've got a book, the most important book.
Yeah, I gotta put this back in my drawer.
It's empty.
Well, the book's probably by your bed then.
No, my bed's right behind me. The book. I will say the book is downstairs.
Yeah, there you go. Oh wow.
Are these all of your Philosopher's Stone?
All the Deathly Hallows. It's a lot of copies of Deathly Hallows.
And also some Mistborn and stuff like that. Graphic audios that I've shoved in there too.
No, Rhett, it's the original. Not the original.
Is that a remix? All right, we need to get back to Percy Jackson, I guess. I mean, what was I gonna? I can't remember the character's name. Help me out with the girl that ended up being the one
Annabeth.
that. No, the bad girl at the camp.
Clarice.
Clarice, yeah, LaRue. Clarice LaRue. What a name! That sounds like a name that Anne Rice would write in Interview with a Vampire. So what's the deal with her? She's basically working with Kronos?
She's the daughter of Ares. She's not working with anyone. She was being set up by Luke to take the fall of what he was doing, basically.
Yeah.
Or at least get Percy to believe that so he'd come with them into the middle of the forest, and then in the book, kill Percy. And then kind of not have a trace of that kind of interaction. In the show, Annabeth follows them, and instead of killing Percy, he tries to get Percy to join him. I kind of like that because in the show, Luke is going, "No, I am your friend.
Right.
Come on, let's go do this. The gods are our enemy."
Yeah.
In the book, it's just kind of like, "Nah, I'm just going to dispose of you." And that's one change.
Oh, interesting. That's an interesting.
Yeah.
So they're trying to minimize. They're trying to minimize. Well, what they're doing is making Luke a character who thinks he's doing the right thing.
Yes. Yeah.
They're not making him like totally evil or whatever.
I have heard one thing because I haven't read, I haven't read all the books.
Scoop?
But I've heard.
Do I need to do the scoop banner?
No. It's the thing that's in the books. Okay. That I've heard from people that have read the books that Luke has a last name reveal, like somewhere in the books that that's like pretty like a plot twist of some kind. So I don't know.
Wait, I thought we knew who his dad was.
Yeah, his dad's Hermes. His dad's Lin-Manuel Miranda.
No, I know that, but I had heard that there was like another plot twist of some kind.
In the first book?
No, and like later in the series is what I heard.
Oh, later in
the
series.
Kids get named like
later.
the Norse kids get named? Would it be like Hermes' son?
No, he's like Castilian or something right now.
Or
I knew Luke was bad
Percy,
when I first saw him because he
son?
had that scar. Whenever a character has a scar, that means they're going to be bad. So I knew he was bad. Yeah, this was sad. I do want to mention that because it was it was bittersweet seeing Lance Reddick on screen. He was such a good actor.
Yeah,
I'm really bummed that he passed away. He's just
I love Lance Reddick.
Yeah,
I still think it's an odd choice for Zeus, and I'm not even commenting on what a lot of people would comment on when they're saying that. I just think personality-wise, I think it's a very interesting casting choice for Zeus, and I'm interested to see who they get in to replace him because obviously someone will eventually have to play Zeus again.
Well, and I guess that's
the form thing.
They can just say that it's a different form or whatever. Yeah. I mean,
again, my Greek mythology is very informed by Hercules from Disney, but to me, Zeus is like powerful but overall good.
Well, we saw a glimpse of that
for sure.
Yeah,
but
he's trying
like
to do that.
Even the body type that Lance Reddick has doesn't portray that like full
Yeah.
like, and it's not like I don't want like the Rock.
Not in his true form. He's not in his true form.
But like I would think he looks more like a Robert Baratheon body type.
Okay.
Like O-lineman type
or
of
like
deal.
Liam Neeson in Immortals. Was that?
No,
or was that the other one?
He's too skinny. I need like a big burly dude that's like a grizzly bear to be my Zeus.
Like a Russell Crowe, like in Love and Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh gosh,
yeah. That's not the Zeus I want. I want a different Zeus. I don't know. Well, obviously, because of the character choice that they made with Lance Reddick, they'll probably do another black actor, I would think. I mean, just to honor Lance Reddick a little bit. But Mark
Coleman Domingo, come on down.
Well, Coleman Domingo's supposed to take over for Kang now, or now is it John David Washington?
Yeah, I think they're looking at several people for that.
Yeah, they're looking at a lot of people for that, which is
Sterling K. Brown. Come on down.
I know, right? I mean, he's about to blow up.
You get to play
Sterling
King.
K. Brown actually he's got some muscles.
Yeah, Sterling K. Brown could work in this role, in the Zeus role. That would be believable for me. But anyways,
he was in Black Panther, right? Yeah, for a little bit.
He was the dad.
The dad,
the uncle. The uncle. I mean,
yes.
I'll be honest. I always confuse Sterling K. Brown with Michael K. Williams. It's the K in the middle name.
K middle thing. Yeah, look.
So when Sterling Brown popped up in that movie, I was like, wait, isn't he the Wire guy that died? And then afterwards, I was like, oh no, that's Michael K. Williams.
Right. Yeah. Well, anyway, sadly, we lost Lance Reddick, and they'll have to recast that role.
Lance Reddick also in The Wire.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was in The Wire as well.
Every time I see Lance Reddick, I just think of his character from John Wick now. Winston, I think is his name.
No, Winston.
No, I think of his character. Was it Fringe? His character in Fringe was awesome. I loved freaking Fringe.
Winston was the hotel.
Yeah, he was Ian McShane.
Yeah, he was.
Sharon was his name. Charon.
Yeah.
Charon.
Fringe is a highly underrated show that if you have not watched Fringe, you need to watch that. It's maybe like 5 seasons. I don't think it went that long. He's really good in that. I think that was him that was in Fringe. Maybe I'm thinking of Lost. Because he was in Lost as well.
Who was in Lost?
Was he?
Lance Reddick was in Lost, I think.
Yes, he was.
Was he in Fringe also?
4 episodes.
Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I don't know.
He was in Fringe. 90 episodes.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, he was in a lot of episodes of Fringe.
Yep.
He was great in that show. Okay, so back to
I've never even heard of Fringe.
Fringe was on Fox, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was on Fox, and that was a great show.
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alias. Creator of
I want to say that was Leonard Nimoy's last appearance. Like his final appearance was in Fringe.
Oh, it's on Max. Okay.
Could be misremembering that, but I don't know. There was something with Leonard Nimoy in Fringe.
It's on Max, so I'll put it on my list.
Dude, it's good. If you have time to binge a show, I mean, that's one to binge. It's really good. I've got too many other things I'm watching right now, so I can't watch it again. But more Percy Jackson talk. Garrison, anything?
I think they did a pretty good job adapting the book. There's some things I wouldn't have changed. There's some stuff I'd like to see on screen, but compare this to the movie, it's night and day. Mm-hmm. It's the Tom Cruise movie from 2010.
I personally think, not having seen the movies or read the books, so just coming in kind of blind, I personally think that they cast the show in all roles really well. I think
agree.
every single role, I think every actor they chose worked really well.
I don't have an issue with like really any casting.
Yeah,
mostly it's writing choices about certain things they did. Really,
I was pretty cold on Annabeth coming like the first couple episodes, but she got so much better.
She did get better.
But that's also the writing they gave her.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, and I still think even towards the end of the show, I still haven't warmed up to her as much as I have the book version of her by that point. So I think they've done a disservice to her character. In the writing.
I don't know how good of an actor the guy who plays Grover is.
Yeah, I mean, I think by the end of the series, I came around on him a little bit. I think that he's pretty good. I like that he's getting to the character's getting to go on his mission to find Pan. So I guess we're going to get to see that in the second season. By the way, kind of weird that Disney hasn't announced a second season already. I'm like not feel this was watched way more than Willow. So I would assume that they're going to do a second season, but I would have thought that they would have announced that before, maybe the day after the season finale aired or something. I mean, so it's kind of weird.
That's what I told my
Bob's
sisters.
been too busy creating a sports streaming service.
And too busy being sued. But
I told my sisters that. I said the day after the finale, they'll announce season 2.
I thought it was going to be like in the cutscene, you know, it's very strange. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say this. I'm fairly confident it happens at this point.
I am too. No, I am too. But I'm just surprised they haven't announced it. I mean, you've to get momentum going. You announce that the second season is happening, so people that maybe chose to skip the show go back and watch these 8 episodes.
Especially
now.
because nothing's happening on Disney Plus right now, and we don't know when anything's going to pick up.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we know we have Bad Batch, obviously.
Okay, that's true. That's true.
Always watch that.
I choose not to.
I'm going to watch that.
Or hey, here's season 2.
No, thank you.
I choose not to watch.
I respectfully decline.
I'm gonna watch
those are the movies, right? Or are those just
I think you, as an experiment, should watch the movie and be like,
the movie.
Oh, I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah.
My only thing is, if I watch the movies and I end up liking the movie better somehow, I won't. I don't like the idea of that, so I'm just not going to do it. I don't know. So I'm not going to waste my time. I've got to watch other stuff still. I've got 2023 movies I'm still trying to watch.
Same.
I'm trying to watch movies. I'm trying to read books. I
am trying to read the first
I'm trying to
Spawn book. Yep.
I'm trying to get through the X-Men animated show before the new season comes out.
You know, I tried to start doing a rewatch of that, but I just, oh man, look, in 1997, that show was awesome. But it's just like, I mean, I figure we're going to cover it on Extra because there's going to be slim pickings this year.
It's also a Marvel Studios production, so.
Yeah, it's a Marvel Studios production, so I think we should probably cover it. Because I know that, Roth, I'm not saying that you have to watch all the old X-Men series.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet I'm fairly confident that while it will follow the continuity, they're going to make it so people can jump in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they're not going to make it so people have to go back and watch that show. I just want to do as many cartoons as possible so Rhett doesn't come back on. So we're going to keep doing cartoon. Like we got Bad Batch coming.
Yeah.
So they'll just keep. That's like a
Tales
deterrent to Rhett.
At some point.
Yeah, Tales of the Jedi. Whatever other cartoon, like they've got Marvel Zombies. We'll do that. And
what if season 3?
Yeah.
What if season 3? What if Star Wars? I mean, we've got a lot of great more visions. We got some more animated stuff, just all kinds of animated stuff, because that's all that Disney's doing right now. We've got a lot of Star Wars coming this year. But which is much needed, because it'll be like 2026 before we get a Star Wars movie. So yeah. Yes. That's right.
I actually wait till the morning.
That's right.
Spider-Man freshman year coming up at some point.
So I was kind of surprised that we got the resolution at the end of this season that Hades went ahead and sent Percy's mom back.
That's in the book. I mean, that's...
Well, yeah, but the way they were acting is maybe that wasn't going to happen so quickly. I was surprised I resolved it. I figured they could have held that for the premiere for season 2 or something. Like, I didn't know that they were going to resolve that quickly.
You gotta at the end of the first book, a major part of the end of the first book is that he and his mom are together and away from Gabe, basically. And that's a very important plot point.
I was very confused / scared when that started to happen, because she was saying like, wake up. And I was like, they're not going to do this whole thing was a dream thing, are they?
I thought that they were. I thought they were.
I thought that too. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this is going to be horrible.
Yeah.
But they didn't. So we're good.
I was like, oh no.
He had one more encounter with his grandfather, Kronos. In his
I wish
dream.
you wouldn't call him that.
Well, that's what she called it. She's like,
I know that's what she said.
Yeah. Did you have another bad dream?
Percy said, yeah, grandpa something. And she was like, I wish you wouldn't call him that. So
yeah.
call back the episode.
Exactly. Oh, man. Well, I think this was a win for Disney. I think it's obviously gotten enough viewers, more than Garrison. Were you saying it had more than Star Wars?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
More than what?
Most impressive.
The recent Star Wars shows.
Yeah. So the one thing that this show certainly has going for it, as a dad, I would say you can watch with your kids. I mean, like it's a show that the family can sit down and watch together. Which sometimes, especially with Star Wars, my kids could care less about that property. And the Marvel shows. I didn't have to beg
my mom to watch it, so that was a win.
There you go. The Marvel series. I mean, my oldest likes them. My youngest could care less. I mean, I don't know. It's just hit or miss. But Percy, it's one that everybody seemed to enjoy enough to keep watching it. So
Andrew, how did you get your mom to agree to let you watch Daredevil season 1? Like, there's this giant guy who slams a guy's head in a car door.
Spoilers.
No spoilers. No spoilers. Rod still hasn't had a chance to.
I led with Mom, it's a Marvel show. I said, Mom, it's a Marvel show and it's on Disney Plus.
He's a Catholic. He's a Catholic.
He's
mom.
Catholic.
Oh, that's a good in. Yeah, exactly. Jeez, Rhett. Good grief. Oh my gosh. Such bad taste. Such in poor taste.
I don't know. It's not as bad as David's May December comment.
Wait, what did he say?
Right. Yeah. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I'm sure it wasn't great.
Yeah, I mean,
is this on the Reflections episode?
Either Reflections or Draft. Auction.
Draft, yeah, the auction.
Okay.
Yeah.
The show was good, and like,
to
Rhett's point that we seemed bored with the show. I was not bored with the show.
No, I wasn't bored with it. But there's only you can't dive deep into a show.
It doesn't lead itself to all that much conversation.
It's not like Game of Thrones. I mean,
I'll be quite honest. I think when we get towards season 3 and 4, season 2, I don't know as much. There's some conversations we can have towards the end of that, but that is my least favorite story out of all the stories is season 2. But we got to get through it to get to the really good stuff.
What's the second book called?
Sea of Monsters.
Because wait a minute, Sea of Monsters.
Pan.
So Grover's going to look for Pan. Okay, interesting. Is that why they called it Sea of Monsters?
They call it Sea of Monsters because they go on a journey. They go on a journey. They go on a quest, and part of it is over a sea.
Okay.
Brett, there's nothing else out.
And also, Percy has
wants to talk about Reacher and stuff like that.
You guys will not remember me saying this, but Percy has like a half brother that's immediately introduced in the book. So,
same father.
Well,
yes,
same father, different mother.
Yeah, he probably has a few. Well, I guess his
child.
But they were forbidden. And then all of a sudden, now we're getting introduced to.
Well, I had no reason to read book 2 now, so.
Yeah, Percy also calls him. I'm going to say he also. No, he doesn't call him that. He calls someone else a retard, and I'm like, that's not going into season.
That won't. Yeah,
that would be awesome.
No,
that would be so awesome.
They won't bring that back.
No,
they won't bring that word back. That's not a.
Hey, if Shane Gillis can be the host of SNL, anything is possible.
They announced that too early. He's not gonna. It's the 3 weeks. I guarantee you, he's not going to host it. There's no way. I don't know if NBC will pull the plug on it. It would be better for him.
Huge for him.
It would be better for him. I don't think that NBC will do it and Lorne Michaels will do it, but I bet some executive at Comcast comes along and says, "Nope, we cannot let you have this guy as the host. So yeah, exactly. I just don't see it happening. They should have, if they really wanted that guy to host, they should have waited till like the week of, like 2 days before the episode airs, and boom. I mean,
do those little 30-second promos that they
do
do
some
like,
30-second promos like the week before, and then. But I just don't see. I can't. There's too much time between now and then.
If you've never watched the skits that he has on YouTube,
I've watched some of them.
Is it Gillian Keeves? Oh,
yes, yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, he's funny, dude.
Shane Gillis is awesome.
But there's just too many people that are pansies that can't handle comedy, and I just don't think.
Oh gosh, Red.
I
know it's not referencing me, but
Prince Andrew would like to reference you, probably. Anyways, Shane Gillis has a great bit about how if you just look at his resume, he's like the most accomplished person ever. I think he played college football for like a day. Was like employed by SNL for like a day.
Yeah, everything was like one day.
Yeah.
Well, he's pretty popular now, which is why SNL's trying to have him as the host. But I just don't see it. There's too much. There's so much freaking backlash going on in general right now. From him being announced, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to actually happen.
If he is, I will probably watch.
I haven't watched SNL.
I haven't watched SNL in 10 years.
Has to be 10 years for me too. Now,
Dr. Earl AO last week.
Dr. Earl and one Rhett Barnett in the chat hate watching SNL. They watch SNL.
They don't hate watch it. They're liberals. They love it.
Well, gosh. Dr. Earl, I don't think is, but
there's some skits I find funny sometimes on SNL, but it's
I'll
very
watch,
rare.
Like, if Earl throws a skit in to the chat that we've got and says, "Hey, this one's worth watching," I'll watch it. But I mean,
that cold open Ivy League hearing, Harvard, Penn, MIT, was just the best comedy I've ever seen in my life. So it's been pretty good this season.
Oh, okay. Well, according to Red, it's been good this season.
This one skit they've been doing the last couple seasons. It's called "Please Don't Destroy." It's a group of 3 guys.
They're the ones that made that movie, right?
Yeah. Their stuff's usually pretty funny. So,
For clarification, that was one of the worst skits
I know
ever. Okay, I just want to make the YouTube audience clear that I do not.
But I'll tell you this: Bowen Yang is one of the most brilliant comedic performers I've ever seen in my life.
I don't even know who that is.
He's joking. Just a current cast member.
He's
that people drool over, and he's fine.
Well, I don't know. All right. Well, before we get ourselves in too much trouble, we probably should end the show tonight. But Garrison, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me at grifen3 on Instagram and Letterboxd. Twitter, whatever. I'm forgetting the name of this now because it's called X by everyone else. But it's still Twitter, damn it.
Mm-hmm. It'll always be Twitter to me.
Yes. You can find me at grifen, GRYFUN, on Letterboxd, where I've been watching 2023 movies. I think the last movie I watched was actually a Godzilla film, as I'm trying to get through that box set that I bought a long time ago. Plus the other 15 Godzilla films. I own every Godzilla film you can own, except 98. I don't own 98. Who wants to own 98?
Even I own 98.
Screw that master whatever trash.
You need to rewatch that movie.
Ibira, Horror of the Deep.
Yeah.
What?
Ibira, Horror of the Deep.
Yeah. So basically, it starts out with this crab arm coming out of the ocean and attacking these ships, and these people get stranded on an island. And then you find out the island is like Devil's Island, and these people who are trapped there. It's like actually a compelling human story. It's pretty good actually. And then they find Godzilla in like a cave, and they're like, "Oh crap, that's Godzilla."
They're like, "It's Godzilla."
And they're like, "Okay, wait. Actually, we need to wait." Eventually, they're like, "We need to wake up Godzilla to destroy this evil island, and also attack that crab monster. Attack that crab monster that's not letting people come in or leave." Yeah. So
I didn't know we were gonna have Bowen Yang on the show tonight.
Godzilla, please come kill crab monster.
I don't know if I should. Oh my gosh.
Genki this guy.
This is what happens, Andrew.
Wait a minute, Roth. Roth,
Future.
I love the Nathan For You sketch where he's talking to the Asian driver. He's like, "Do you want me to park your car?"
Oh my god!
But he just, it's the greatest thing is the
This is
build
what
up
happens.
to that.
Hey,
He's like,
Andrew,
"I
you
don't-"
wanted to come on, man. This is what you're. Yep, you wanted to come on.
Oh, hey, yep, that's true.
Oh, I've got another scoop.
Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, go.
Geek News Now has terminated the contract of Andrew
Oh yeah,
due to recent appearance on the Deucecast
due to
Extra.
recent appearance on Deucecast.
Andrew, you're getting paid for that?
Yeah, well, now apparently not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not
He's
anymore.
been terminated.
Now there goes college. So thank you
yeah,
guys.
right. Rod, if you want people to find you, where
Oh,
can they
yeah.
find you?
Oh, yeah.
You
If
do.
you-
You do. I
Come
know you
cancel
do.
me.
Yes,
Come cancel me.
Please try.
Roth from Wyoming, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. I'm kind of slowly but surely smashing my way through some 2023 Oscar movies. I've got 5 left that in my category I need to see them.
Yeah.
The most difficult ones are going to be Godzilla -1 and The Zone of Interest because I missed Godzilla in the theater here.
I've got to imagine that's going to be available soon.
You should watch Godzilla if you can, because it is really
good. It's so
Yeah,
good.
I want to.
I hope it wins an Oscar. If it wins that special effects,
Yeah.
I hope it wins.
The Good Day for a Movie podcast is the podcast. We review a different movie every week. This month we are going all Oscar nominated movies. We just did May December, which was an interesting movie. Made me feel really bad, and I didn't like the concept, but uncomfortable. But next up, Nimona. We are watching the Netflix Best Animated Movie. There's Godzilla right there. He's breathing fire.
Good grief. Red, are you sure you're not talking about Anatomy of a Fall? I don't know if the zones are rentable yet.
I think you're right. Because I watched Anatomy of a Fall Saturday. I did not care for that movie. Thought it was quite boring.
It's boring.
But tomorrow night on YouTube,
Rhett's
Good Day for a Movie podcast, YouTube channel, a Catholic and 2 Protestants go to the movies.
I'm excited about
and we
that.
review episodes 1 through 3 of season 4 of The Chosen. Saw it on Sunday. Dr. Earl and Matt Mink are going to be joining me. Dr. Earl, of course, of the Deucecast and the Deucecast Extra. Matt Mink of the Soundtrack of Life and Man Child Movie Night.
Are you all doing the rest of the episodes, or how are they releasing that?
So they're doing 3. The first 3 are in theaters until the 14th, and then the next 3 will be in the theater for 2 weeks, and then the last 2 will be in the theater after that.
Oh, okay.
So I think Matt Mink would rather you credit him as Matt Mink of Marshmallow World in the Winter fame.
Yes, exactly.
That's true.
Yes,
he loves that song. I've heard.
He loves that. He loves that song. Does a fantastic cover of it. He loves it so much.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. It should be a good time. I have not prepped for it whatsoever. I've got to get some notes down because that was a lot of stuff that happened in the episodes. So I got to find the Wikipedia.
According to Dr. Earl, there was an intermission.
There was a 5-minute intermission between 2 and 3.
I think it was almost 4 hours of content.
It was 3.5 hours in the theater once it started.
It's like a Zack Snyder movie.
Yeah, it was a long experience. I peed during the intermission and I peed at the beginning of episode 2.
Thanks for sharing. That's good.
Yep. So I experienced pretty much the whole thing.
Awesome.
Good to know. I can sleep.
I'm excited. I will be watching for sure. I mean, not the show, but
not
your show. I won't be.
There are not many times I remember when I peed during something, but I still to this day know when I peed during The Way of Water. Because how could you forget?
I didn't get up at all for that movie. I sat down the whole time.
I love that movie.
No, I peed. When Spider's getting interrogated, I was like, I'm going to the bathroom.
Nice.
I did not plan very well for this one. I'm going to have to plan better and schedule my liquid intake more appropriately for.
If you know you're going to be in a theater for 3 hours, you just don't drink.
Yeah,
you just go.
If you're home, you don't think about it because you're like, pause. You know. but
Jeez.
theater is tough.
The problem was we went on a Sunday after we went to brunch after church, so I had a full meal and a couple of glasses of water, and I had a coffee at brunch, and just poor planning.
That's a lot of coffee, especially. That's
Just
a
It's a
lot.
lot of poor things that happen.
Yeah.
I also chugged a Red Bull before because I was very tired.
That was a bad idea.
I know, but it was either that or
the chemicals in Red Bull just.
Well, whatever, Mr. Zoa.
I had to stop drinking that stuff. I thought I was back on it, but it was ruining me, so I had to stop.
Do you guys think that if Avatar came out in 2002, there'd be an embarrassing post on a forum from Rhett about how hot an Avatar character is instead of a Kamino?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. I 100% believe that it would be. Andrew, where can people find you on the interweb, and what is next for Geek News Network?
Sure. So I am at Andrew Haley05 on Instagram and Twitter and Threads. I'm getting a little bit more active on Threads now.
Threads? What's that again?
Instagram, Twitter.
Instagram, Twitter.
Sorry,
they have their own version of
exclusive guy.
And Blue Sky, yes, that's open to the public now. So my invite codes are today.
TF is Blue Sky.
Yeah, so Blue Sky is also an Andrew.
Blue Sky was made by
it's what's his face?
Jack.
Jack.
Made by Jack.
Oh,
yeah.
It's his new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be invite only, and I got an invite somehow. So
I've got like 5 invite codes, but they're useless now. So
yeah.
I've also am on Letterboxd at Andrew Haley, and I recently good to know. I also recently created a Goodreads account.
Hey, I have a Goodreads.
That's a bridge too far for me on the Goodreads. I mean, I don't read enough to use Goodreads. I read a little, but not enough.
That's why I created it. I want to read more. And so
it's going to force you to read more.
Yeah, it'll help me blog it. And
sounds like a cult.
I need help. I can't. I'm blinking twice. I'm in danger.
So every Tuesday and Thursday, you're on Geek News Network.
War Games.
Monday and Thursday. Yeah.
Oh, Mondays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Monday nights at both times are 8:30 Central, so 9:30 Eastern.
Do you guys just stream on X?
YouTube, X, and Facebook. Yeah. So it's Geek News Now official on YouTube. Yeah, it's Geek News Now official. They had to switch channels. They had to create a new one because there were some issues with the old one that's just Geek News Now. But we're almost at 200 subscribers on their new one. And so,
Rhett, are you sure Superman 4 doesn't make your way into the top 3?
Geek News Now.
Because it's pretty good.
Official.
Molded,
I could always
plastic.
put it in the Discord if I
Thank the Lord for Superman. I stand by that. Superman 4 is very enjoyable.
Here we go.
Oh god.
Yeah, it should have like a purple logo.
I enjoy it.
Wait.
I probably enjoy it because the first time I watched it was with commentary from Steve Glosson and Derek Russell.
Somewhere,
so that made it very fun. But I've watched it since, and it's still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, put that link in the Discord if you don't mind, or the Deucecast. Sorry.
Yeah, because
awesome, dude. Thank you for coming on. We will definitely have you back on at some point for the Bad Batch. Bad Batch.
Yeah, that reminds me. Thursdays we're covering Rebels right now. We're going through Rebels.
Oh,
we just we had just got through Mando. We're doing the Mando like rewatch.
Unta.
No, we're doing Rekka. Yeah. Omega. Tick.
Omega.
Omega. Yeah.
Tech better really be dead. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
No more. No more reincarnation.
Nobody's ever really gone.
No. If you don't see the body.
All right. Before Roth does that, we better get out of here. We got to shut this down.
Arigato gozaimasu.
No,
Arigato.
I can't.
Arigato gozaimasu. Arigato.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Konbanwa.
All right. Well, we'll be back. Oh, you know what? No, we're not going to be back next week. Oh, man. We're taking a week off. And when does that stupid Madam Web movie come out?
14th.
On the 14th.
It's Valentine's Day.
Oh,
I heard they're not
Guys,
releasing the reviews until like the day before.
If you want to hear a real podcast from people who love the Madam Web characters since they were little kids, the Nerd Crew's got you covered. You can check that out on YouTube. Fantastic coverage and breakdown for Madam Web coming out February 14th, only in theaters, and also on their little website thing they talk about. But,
on their little website thing. So that comes out on the 14th. So we will probably, I'm not guaranteeing it, but we'll probably do a roundtable on the 20th.
By the way, can I just say the Nerd Crew ripped off our podcast?
Who's the Nerd Crew?
It's the one that Garrison was talking about for the past 3 minutes.
All I could hear was you singing Zippity Doo-Dah. I couldn't hear what anything Garrison was saying. Is that a real podcast, the Nerd Crew?
Yeah, ask Red about it. Yeah.
I thought that was Red Letter.
He put it in the promos section of the Deucecast.
Isn't
it's
Red
a totally
Letter
legit podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to look and see what that is because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Maybe I'll
they totally ripped us off. I mean, they stole our thing. I just still get it.
I'm sure they're much better at what they're doing than we are. So. Red Letter Media has been around forever, so I don't know. I'm sorry, Rhett. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. It's well done. Well done. All right. Well, we will be back in a couple weeks, maybe. If we're not back in 2 weeks, we'll be back in 3 weeks for the first 2 episodes, or are they doing 3 episodes? How many Bad Batch episodes are they doing first?
I believe the first 3.
Yeah, the first 3. That's right. So if we're not back on the 20th for Madam Web, we'll be back on the 27th for the first 3 episodes of Bad Batch. Hopefully we'll be here for Madam Web, though. It just depends. Schedules are things.
And if not, just wait longer.
Wait longer. Exactly. We're taking a sabbatical. I'm sure we'll be missed. All our 110 subscribers will miss us, I'm sure. So
I cut your viewership in half tonight, so I'm sorry about being on.
It's okay. It's okay. No, you're fine. I really appreciate you guys hanging out doing Percy Jackson. I know it was fly by the seat of our pants with it, so I'm glad we decided to do it. So until next time, we are the Deucecast Extra.
Arigato gozaimasu. Watch out for Gazera.
What did he say? Watch out for that. Good God.